The most detrimental thing you can possibly say to yourself is that's the type of person I am. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why. So just recently this week, I had a client say something where they were like, I don't know, man, like that's just the type of person I am. And they were using that as a justification as to why they didn't want to do something, why they in particular didn't want to take sales calls. And I think that's the most dangerous thing you could possibly tell yourself, because that stems from the belief that we are as we are, and there's no changing how we could ever be, right? We understand that when we lift weights, right? I just got back from the gym. That's why I'm not wearing a shirt. When we lift weights, as we lift more weights, our body will transform over time, right? I didn't just wake up and build muscle, okay? I wasn't just born with muscle. I had to go in the gym and work at it and develop it. Just like you weren't born with the ability to speak English. You weren't born with the ability to read or write or to do your skill or your sport or to coach. These are all things that are learned, okay? But when it comes to your identity and when it comes to what you believe to be true about the world, people get stuck in this little box. They box themselves in and they say, this is the way that I am. And the reason why they do that is because they don't want to change, because change is uncomfortable. Just like when you go in the gym and you're having a really hard set, does it feel good when you're about to fail and your bicep is on fire? Does that feel good? The answer is absolutely fucking not. I do not like that feeling. So why do I do it? Because I know that in order to become the person that I want to be, in order to make the money that I want to make, in order to have the physique that I want to have, in order to become the man that I want to be, I have to act like that person. It doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter how uncomfortable it is. If I have these goals, then I must do the actions to get those goals. And you guys have heard me talk about this concept before, but really what it's rooted in is your identity, is how you view yourself. Because if you view yourself as somebody who, has a difficult time, let's say making $10,000 a month, then you're going to behave in the way that somebody who has a difficult time making $10,000 a month behaves. And therefore, guess what? You're going to have a fucking difficult time making 10K a month. Okay? So when you say, this is the way that I am, understand that your identity is fluid. Your identity of who you are, how you perceive yourself. Think of how you perceived yourself 12 years ago versus how you see yourself today. Completely different in how you identify. Now you identify as a coach, whereas before you identified as maybe a player or maybe a different type of coach, depending on how old you are, right? But understand this. The one thing holding you back from getting to where you want to go is going to be, I am this way, so therefore, and then you list the conditions in your life or the conditions or the skills that you currently don't have that you need in order to achieve a certain set of goals, right? If you say these things, if you speak those things over yourself, you will be fucking trapped for the rest of your life. You will be trapped. And it's okay, maybe you have goals to, let's say, make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, but your behavior and your identity does not match that of somebody who does that, you will never get there. And if you're not willing to change your identity, if you're not willing to embody and accept that who you are right now can change and morph, and you can become whoever the fuck you want to be, you really can. The most successful people that I talk to all say that you can become whoever the fuck you want to be. And it happens first in your mind, and then it happens in reality. I am so big on the mindset, guys, because at the end of the day, the tactics and the strategy of what I teach you guys is very fucking simple. And all you need is just more reps. Most of you guys just do things 2, 3, 4 times, and then you fucking quit. and go, I literally just had somebody in the DMs the other day go, oh yeah, I'm not sure if online training works. Like I tried DMing people for a month and I didn't see tons of success. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You tried something for 1 month and then said, oh, I'm not sure if this works. Like, think about how irrational that thought pattern is, okay? But the reason why they thought that way is because they didn't truly deep down believe that it was actually going to work, and they didn't identify as an online coach. They identified as an in-person coach. So what did they do? They did the actions that an in-person coach would do to protect their identity as an in-person coach. They made sure that it wasn't going to fucking work. They made sure of it, but subconsciously, okay? That is the point that I'm trying to make, is how you view yourself and how you view yourself in the world will dictate the outcomes that you get. So if you're not willing to change your identity and you're not willing to say, okay, I am not that person right now. What do I need to do, or what beliefs do I need to have, or what actions do I need to take in order to become that person to get the results that I want? If you're not willing to accept that mental frame, then that's totally okay. Just accept that whatever goals you have right now, you're probably not going to achieve. But if you're willing to accept that mental frame and go through a fuck ton of discomfort to become a different version of yourself, a higher version of yourself, a transcended version of yourself, if you will, then you will achieve everything you want, but only then. Hopefully, you guys got a lot of value out of this video. Happy Friday. Catch you in the next one.